In the vast desert of Karbala, more than 1,300 years ago, a small group of devoted souls stood against tyranny, injustice, and oppression. At the heart of this sacrifice was a man of immense piety, courage, and truth, Imam Hussain ibn Ali a.s., the beloved grandson of Prophet Muhammad, PBUH. This is not just the story of a battle. It's a lesson for humanity, a stand for justice, and a symbol of unwavering faith. Background: why Karbala happened. After the death of Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, the leadership of the Muslim Ummah became a contested issue. Over time, the Islamic Caliphate was taken over by dynasties. Among them was the Umayyad Caliphate, led by Yazid ibn Muawiyah. Yazid was known for his immoral, unjust, and oppressive rule. He demanded allegiance, bay'ah, from Imam Hussain a.s. to legitimize his leadership. But Imam Hussain refused, because he would never pledge loyalty to a tyrant. I have not risen to spread evil or to show off. I have risen to reform the Ummah of my grandfather. Imam Hussain a.s. Journey from Medina to Mecca to Karbala. Imam Hussain a.s. left Medina with his family and a small group of companions. He went to Mecca, hoping for peace. But Yazid sent assassins to kill him during Hajj. So, Hussain changed his intention from Hajj to Umrah and left for Kufa, where he received thousands of letters of support from people asking him to come and lead them. But the situation changed. Yazid's governor in Kufa, Ibn Ziyad, sent troops to silence the people and capture Hussain. Arrival in Karbala, 2nd Muharram, 61. Imam Hussain a.s. and his caravan were stopped by an army of thousands led by Umar ibn Sa'd. They were forced to camp in the desert of Karbala. Water from the Euphrates River was blocked. The scorching sun, the cries of thirsty children, and the looming army created a scene of unimaginable suffering. The night before battle, 9th Muharram, Shabi Ashura. On the night of Ashura, Imam Hussain gathered his companions and said, "If anyone wants to leave, the darkness of the night will cover you." But no one left. Even knowing death was certain, they chose loyalty. That night, the camp was filled with worship, prayers, recitation of Quran, and whispers of farewell.
The day of Ashura, 10th Muharram, the battle begins, one by one. The companions of Hussein as went to fight, and were martyred. Among them were Habib Ibn Mazahir, a lifelong friend her, Ibn Yazid, a commander who repented and joined, Hussein Qasim Ibn Hazan as, a young teenager, son of Imam Hussain is Ali Akbar is the handsome son of Imam Hussain is, who looked like the Prophet Pbuh. Each martyr left the camp with pride and returned wrapped in blood. The martyrdom of Hazrat Ali Asghar A.S., perhaps the most heartbreaking moment of Karbala, when Imam Hussain A.S. held his 6-month-old son, Ali Asghar A.S., in his arms and walked toward the enemy lines. If you won't give me water, at least give some to this infant. But instead of compassion, the army responded with a 3-pronged arrow, piercing the baby's throat while in his father's arms. Imam Hussain buried his infant son with his own hands behind the camp. Zuljana returns without its rider fight. Imam Hussain A.S. rode out alone, wounded, thirsty, and surrounded. He fought with unmatched bravery. Eventually, he was surrounded, attacked, and martyred inside a opening parenthesis, prostration, closing parenthesis. His horse, Zuljana, returned to the camp, bloodstained and riderless, alerting the family that the Imam had been killed. The aftermath captivity of the family after the battle, the tents were looted and burned, and the women and children of the Prophet's family were taken captive. Among them were Lady Zainabes, a sister of Imam Hussain, Imam Zainul Abidin, the only surviving male from the camp. They were paraded through Kufa and Syria, humiliated in the courts of Ibn Ziyad and Yazid. But Zain's fearless speeches exposed the truth of Karbala and shook the hearts of people.
The message of Karbala was not just a tragedy. It was a movement, a revolution. Imam Hussain A.S. sacrificed everything to stand up for truth over falsehood, justice over oppression, faith over fear. Legacy of Imam Hussain A.S. today. Millions around the world commemorate Ashura, not because of politics, but because Imam Hussain A.S. lives in every heart that values justice. His sacrifice teaches us every day is Ashura, every land is Karbala. Closing narration. Even after centuries, the dust of Karbala still cries. The Euphrates still mourns. The skies still echo the calls of Hal min Nasir Yansir. Is there anyone to help me? And to that eternal call we answer, Labaik Ya Hussain A.S.
Now only one man remained, the last candle of prophethood. Imam Hussain A.S. gave his final farewell to the tents. He stood on the battlefield like a mountain, but the thirsty, tired, wounded Hussain was attacked from all sides. A single voice was heard, Ya Allah, accept this humble sacrifice. The final sajda, the dust soaked in blood, the skies turned red. Mantelpiece Clock Part 8. Aftermath of Karbala, Zainab, S.A. and prisoners, 15 minutes, narrator. The tragedy didn't end there. The tents were burned. Women and children were captured. Imam Zain ul Abidin, A.S., the only surviving male, was chained. Bibi Zainab, S.A., the brave sister of Hussein, stood tall in Yazid's court. I saw nothing but beauty in Karbala. Mantelpiece Clock Part 10. Conclusion. 10 minutes. Narrator. Let us not just cry, but live the message of Hussain A.S. Stand against oppression, injustice, and falsehood. Muharram is not just a mourning, it is a revolution. End with slow visuals of Karbala shrines, Noah recitation in background, and final fade out. The message of Karbala. Karbala was not just a tragedy, it was a movement, a revolution. Imam Hussain, A.S., sacrificed everything to stand up for truth over falsehood, justice over oppression, faith over fear. Prayer beads. Legacy of Imam Hussain, A.S. Today, millions around the world commemorate Ashura, not because of politics, but because Imam Hussain, A.S., lives in every heart that values justice. His sacrifice teaches us, every day is Ashura, every land is Karbala. Clapperboard. Closing narration. Even after centuries, the dust of Karbala still cries. The Euphrates still mourns. The skies still echo the calls of, Hal min Nasir Yansarna, is there anyone to help me? And to that eternal call, we answer, Labaik Ya Hussain, A.S.